Hello, everyone. This is Steve from True Market Finance. And just give me a second. We're going to grab a coffee and we'll get this all set up. And we'll go over a few charts here in a couple seconds. Looks like we got everything going. Hopefully, last time I did a YouTube channel, for some reason the audio didn't come through, so I'm sorry about that, guys. Hope you got a little bit off of hope you got something out of our video just by watching it over. Hopefully this time everything will I just want to double check everything here, guys. Make sure sharing sound from computer. Okay, I think we're all good to go. Hope you got yourself a drink. Want to wish you all guys a Merry Christmas. And today I wanted to do a YouTube video preparing us for the new year and going into the end of the year. And before we do that, I want to put out here this company Lend. They're a great company. They'll work with Canada and the US, which is quite great. What they do is you put Bitcoin into it and you can take out loans, or they're also called V2X loans. So we have the savings account, which will give you up to 5% interest per day, 8% on USDC. We also have I don't know if it's in this section. I can find another in a second. But what they do is it's a great service because what it does is takes your Bitcoin as collateral, so then you don't get taxed on borrowing some money. Use this product every once in a while. Right now, ended up buying a little bit more on the V2X. Just because the market in Bitcoin, I don't really believe is going to go any lower than where we're at right now. As long as we don't have any more fraudsters, which the government seemed to want to throw that one out about it being criminalized and all this shit. But over the years, it's the US dollar has been used for drug selling to prohibition to prostitution to everything. So they just want to try and push us away from a beautiful thing called Bitcoin because they have a monopoly on the dollar. I've witnessed things like the trucker strike in Canada here and things like that. Was involved in it. It just got to see firsthand how our governments are corrupt as all hell. So in that process, when they wanted to seize accounts and things like that, just made me what do you want to call it? Cover my ass using so many words, and that's why I put it out to you guys. I believe in this world, we all, work our asses off for stuff. Our families and our parents and generations before, grandparents, worked their rears off for what we have today. And we don't want to if anyone just walk in and think that they need to do something else with the money that we have worked for. Um, it's kind of like in medieval times where, like a king would just take what he wanted whenever he wanted. Well, we're in a day and age now where we have a thing called Bitcoin, and there's nothing they can do. This is why a lot of these guys fight this, because they really can't do anything. It's a lot of why a lot of places like Africa and a lot of these countries are starting to get into making Bitcoin as their currency or part of their currency, because I hate to say it, guys, but the U.S. government is with the monopoly. They want to keep that monopoly, so that's why they won't they'll sooner pay Africa and things like that to not build up mines and pump for oil and things like that, because they don't want to lose that power. And I believe, it'll be my lifetime. In some senses, I would like to see it, but it's sure starting with Bitcoin theft, stuff like that. So our next generation may be a whole different story. We've seen now in our generation where I don't know about you, but I haven't pulled a dollar out of my pocket in forever. It just doesn't exist. I have a debit card, and go to buy whatever I want with the debit card, and so on and so forth. So I believe in the next little while we'll be doing all the same thing with Bitcoin. I do a number of things with Bitcoin already. And this is just the start. We've gotten into now the Web3 and so on and so forth is going on. And I believe that in the future, it's going to be great. This product here, Lend, to have on screen, is nice because we can't be taxed on the dollars we'll receive for using our Bitcoin as collateral. So say you put $1,000 in, you'll have to have a $2,000 worth of collateral and keep it at that. You have to keep 50%. If it gets up around 70, then they can take away your, use collateral as a payment back for the loan. With that, it never needs to be that way nowadays. With this product now too, that they have the automatic top up, so you can click on it and and just keep money in your savings account or Bitcoin in your savings account, and as it gets low or something, it'll just top up automatically. You don't even have to even look at it. And then you don't get taxed on it. You'll get US dollars or Canadian dollars or whatever you need directly into your bank account. And in the interest rates, I think about 9%, I think it is. Actually, we can let's just slide in here, guys, and take a peek. Borrowing. Lend Bitcoin loans. So see, we got the Bitcoin backed loans. Yeah, 9.9% interest. Then you get a 2% fee. So when you look at a credit card at 20 some odd percent, this is a way better option. And you won't be taxed on it. It's kind of like what the rich do. They have stock, and that's why they're not taxed on all this, and live pretty much, interest free in so many senses. Because what they'll do is take their stock and use it as collateral to get money to, live on. And that's why they live on, they pay next to nothing for income tax, because they don't have the dollars. This is what I was talking about earlier too, is the B2X loan, which is, they figured out that a lot of people were taking out a Bitcoin loan and then just buying Bitcoin with it. Well, now they created this thing called B2X, which is getting 9% interest as well. It's the same thing. Your loan to value is 50%. But what it does is, if you take out $500, then they buy $500 as well. So, you got $1,000 for the Bitcoin. So, and you can kind of keep it there. And, so if the price is super low, like it is right now, you can buy and get a little extra and, just you're kind of borrowing it. So as the price of Bitcoin goes up, you can almost forget about this number right here, because as the price goes up, the loan itself gets paid for on its own just by the Bitcoin price, and you own double the amount. Which, if you use Canadian or US dollars or any euros or anything like that, no bank's gonna, pay your loan for you, where this does. That's what I love about it. And then, as you're saying, you had the interest things. So we got the Bitcoin backed loans. It's just it's a handy. Oh, look at this. Handy tool. So I want to pull that up. I get no money from Lend at all for advertising for them. I just truly love their service, and I wanted you guys to look at it and use it as a tool for in your own world. Again, as you guys all know, I'm a big backer for Bitcoin. I love Bitcoin. I don't like the other, the normal phrase, shit coins, because that's, in my world, all they are. It's like this FTT token, worth absolutely jack squat. Bitcoin is actually worth something. It doesn't have a CEO, so it can't go corrupt. The government can't force them to go, hey, we'll shut you down if you don't abide by our, give us, money in your thing, or like just nobody they can corrupt. It's on its own out there. Ethereum used to be a decent system, but it's gone all stupid now after it's changed over its thing as well. So I don't trust them as well. Now, with that said, I do trade some XRP. I do trade some Ethereum, and a few other little shit coins. But I do that as a passive income. And with that, I only use a portion of money that I feel I can afford to lose. If you don't have any money that you can afford to lose, don't ever, do that until you get there. Make sure, as we always talk, get 3 to 6 months of emergency funds put away so that you're ready for an emergency, which, guys, life happens, and you can guarantee you're going to need that emergency fund one day. You're going to need it because it's going to come. It's called life, and life likes to bite us in the ass when we are least expecting of it. That's why I, in good times, like maybe right now specifically is not awesome, but you'd be able to put a little bit away, just because of inflation and everything, because of our silly government wanting to put money into green crap and so on and so forth, instead of just pumping oil and getting rid of our debt. But hey, that's the world we live in. So with that, I want to put out there again, guys, that be careful and make sure you get that emergency fund in there, and put a little in now, and make sure as good times come in and you get some extra money, make sure you keep adding into it so you have that there. Myself, I like Sparrow Wallet, because like in Sparrow Wallet I can make up multiple kind of wallets inside of that Sparrow Wallet. In that one, and myself, I use a Ledger. That way that I hold my own private keys on a outside of the internet. Never, ever, ever, ever. I'm going to reiterate this over and over and over and over again, guys. Never, ever, 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 ever keep your money in Bitcoin or anything on the internet. As soon as you go into Coinbase or Gemini or any of these exchanges, myself, I use a Canadian company called ShakePay. They're awesome. The fees are like next to nothing, and to transfer into they only take a small fee when you exchange your dollars into Bitcoin as buying a Bitcoin. They don't charge you to transfer money into ShakePay. They don't charge you to transfer outside of your money outside of ShakePay. Stop. So that's the company I use. But then again, as I buy Bitcoin, I never, ever, 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 ever keep it on there. As soon as I buy it, I transfer right off the internet, right out of the exchange. Let's do the same with Coinbase, everything. Get it onto the other device I use a lot is called Keystone. It uses your little, I don't know what you call it, not barcode, but those QR codes to use as so. Unless somebody has that unit itself or has a ledger itself, Ledger not as secure as I find the Keystone is. Cold Card's even more secure. Make sure you use one of these. Trezor's another good, really good company I like. But you hold your own private keys and make sure you put those, don't keep them on your phone or anything like that, so that somebody can hack into or get a hold of your phone and then they have access to all your money. You wouldn't take every dollar you have and put it in your wallet and walk around the streets with it. So it's the same way. This is your bank, guys. And you wouldn't expect your bank to just hang the keys of the vault up outside in in the main office. This is locked down, so you got to think sort of the same thing. Your own private keys is your key, and you're going to keep that key secure. You're going to keep those keys in a safe place that nobody will find them. You can buy the little metal foils, I believe they're called, that are metal. So if you get a flood or fire or any of those things, then you will be safe in that sense that your keys won't get burned up. They cost a little bit, but in the long term, again, this is your bank. This is all your money. So make sure it's locked away. If people from FTX had done the same thing, bought their Bitcoin on FTX and moved it off of there, and use only FTX, like I use Binance to do those shit coins and do the little passive income trades. That is the only money what I can lose is the only money I leave on that exchange. The rest is all off of there. And on locked, secure Colt wallet, so that nobody out there can steal, what I worked hard to do. And I want all you guys to do the same. I want you to be safe and protect what you work hard for. So with that, do that. Now the markets, guys, as you know, they've been freaking wild. We had a moment of time, which even caught me kind of by surprise. I believe the market was going to go down, specifically the NASDAQ. And now over here, let's go back over here in the day. I kind of the other day thought, when we got this inside bar here, that possibly we're going to, do a good little, um, correction here. But it didn't give us that. Now again, we're in an inside bar again. So come after Christmas here, we could do, and it also we're at the bottom of a channel here too as well. We could do a little pullback here again. It's so hard to, kind of judge and everything. So, sometimes I like to, do some option trades. But with something that's so kind of wild like it is right now, make sure you go in here, guys, like this, get one of these, positionsize.co is the one I use. Stock position size calculator. I put in here $200 one day because I was actually doing another video one time about, small accounts and so on and so forth. So this works all the same. Put your size of your whatever you're making, you have in your account. I like either 50% risk to 1%, and then you put your entry price and your stop price in here, and it'll tell you. Let's refresh this. Then it'll tell you down here number of shares you can buy. Super simple. It's like so handy. You can do the same thing here with shorts. You do the same thing. Put your account size, percentage, and it'll tell you. Let's do one right here. Let's do it as a long. So say, you have a $500 account. You want to 50% risk. Your entry price is going to be $20. And say your stop price is 21, let's say 21.50. Now with your count size of $500, it's telling you can do oops, see, I messed that up already, guys. We want to go 1950 here. Sorry. That's what I get, a zero or negative. So let me say 1950 for a number. It'll tell you you're allowed with $500 account size to do 4 shares. So what you would do then is take in here. Now this is the NASDAQ, it's a lot more, but what we can do here is go. Let's pull this up a little higher. And also too, I've got these a lot of these lines on here, because see this one I took from the top here. We can even adjust this a little bit if we needed to up to the top of this, but it doesn't really matter. So what we do is go a long position here. That's not what I wanted. This is what I want here. Long position. What would we do at the top of a little bit above the previous previous date this bar? Let's bring this right over here like this. This one we want to go I'll say if we can even go, if you want to be super conservative, you could go to the bottom of well, let's just say we'll go with the bottom of this bar. Um, the previous day bar. And then I believe we could do a nice little bounce back up to where that is. So about there. Now our ratio isn't very high here, so you know you wouldn't get a whole lot. So I don't know whether I would do that or not. You could also um, really watch and move your stop with your position, and then take this all the way up to. Well, let's go here where it's kind of had a resistance area. And then that gives us a two. So that's a good little jaunt there. And then what we can do, as I've taught here sometimes, guys, is go back over to, I like the Hagenetchi chair candlesticks a lot. So as this moved up, so we got it here, as this formed another solid bar like this one with no wick on the bottom, we would move that stop up to the next one. And the next day, move it back up to here. And the next day, move it back up onto the next one. Now this one has a wick in the bottom. So I've showed in previous videos, I would just leave it here. I would leave it here until I get a another solid candlestick with just the wick on the top. So with that, we would got stopped out right here. So you get a little bit further, profit, but a little less risk. If we took it down to the 4 hour, I don't think it would have gave us any better. Maybe a little bit, not really crazy. So that's something I like to do. Lately I've been working with the bar charts a bit because of I like to see this little inside bar like this. We can do also with Hagenetchi. Sometimes you get dojis like this, which gives you a directional change like this one. So that you can put your stop above there, and then if it goes through, it'll get triggered. Something I like with this way of thinking, you could either go, I guess, put another, same thing down here, another buy, and your stop above here, and get on both directions. So whatever way this opens up, it takes off on the next trading day. If it moves up through here, it'll get triggered, and then you're in play. If it dances around in the middle here and then goes down lower, you're going to get triggered in. But if you have another stop or whatever down here, you catch maybe further falling scenario. Which I guess wouldn't really happen here. You would have got in here and you wouldn't made it much. That's no problem with right now. Like the trading is a little bit less volume and things like that because of Christmas and stuff. People spend time with their families and stuff, and they're not really trading. But once we get back into everything, it usually comes in. Or you can get some scenario like we did here, inside bar. We put a stop up here. We've been triggered that day. Our stop is down here. We come back up, but then we would have got a pullback, which a lot of times happens. It'll come back and retest here. And then we wouldn't have got stopped out because our stop's down here. And then we just ride it up and wait till we get another inside bar like this one here. We got an inside bar. So I probably would move my stop up in here somewhere. Another thing you do as you get through. Wait for always a retest. You'll come up, retest, and then as this one took off, then you can move your stop sometimes up to break even. And with that, um, if all of a sudden market drops out or some crazy thing, because we never really know completely what the market's going to do, we can if it comes back down, we're not losing anything at all because we're at break even. And then just let it ride. We can do this too. You have it here until you get up into here after the retest, then move it up to break even where we bought, which means where you bought the actual stock at. You move your stop up to that spot, then you wait for this inside bar. You can then move your stop right up under here. This is some protection. As you see, it went up further. So then, maybe the next day, that day, we got this red inside bar. We can move the next day up there, and then up here, and then would have got stopped out and wouldn't lost this thing. Because again, right there, another inside bar. Plus, we had a nice, this came right up and broke. I tested the top of the channel, and then we got the inside bar, which usually means a change in direction. And then we just had a sideways moment from there on. So you just kind of leave this alone. Wait for your opportunity. And we got back up here, top of the channel, inside bar. So we could have put a stop or buy our sell stop right here and our stop up here, and we would have caught all this. Same thing. And then we got an inside bar here. Move our stop down here. Then we got this guy here. And we could have, decided to sell it there, or with the inside bar right here, just sell it. That way, just kind of protects yourself. And you can do that with any single stock. The other day I did Texas Instruments. I did put a short in there. I saw the double top and didn't do exactly what I wanted to do. It's just because it's the wrong kind of I just found right now it's I also too think I had an option trade on it. Just found I just didn't feel comfortable. And sometimes in trading, guys, you'll just get a gut feeling. And when you get that gut feeling, and depending on a certain time of the year too as well, just sell. Sometimes in life, those gut feelings are telling us something, and just sell, and that way you won't lose a ton of money. And with that, you can get in another spot. Make sure you always still, guys, use your stock calculator. Don't over trade. You're sure you aren't going to make a ton of money, but we're never ever guaranteed how much we're going to make. So with that, be careful. Something else I use a lot is this investing.com chart. I like it a lot. A friend of mine actually put me onto this. It's been a really beautiful thing. Let's so what I'll do is I've put in all the indexes, a whole bunch of indexes in here. And with that, then what I can do from there is go in technicals. And this kind of gives me, it's not a legit, guys, but it actually kind of helps in kind of knowing where the rate what do you call it? the right index, like where is being traded the most, and it kind of gives you technically, like silver here is showing a strong buy. So if we go back over here to I have silver in here, guys, in my list. So we'll go silver, silver. And when you go over here to the weekly. So see, we had an inside bar here, another inside bar here. So good idea that this is going to be a trend. Plus, at the bottom of the channel, so that showed that good chances it was going to take off. So we're in an uptrend. This past week gave us an inside bar on a green, which still usually means going up. So this was, I believe, just a correction the week before, and there. So if we pull back into the day, we kind of see that we kind of topped up here a bit. We can even draw a trend line here. Let's draw in here something, see what we got going on here. So there's a trend here. Looks like another one right there. So with that, good chances we could come back up here to the top of this channel here. I like having this little guy down here too. Kind of gives you, it's with the Haganachi candlesticks, so it kind of gives you a idea of what's going to happen in here. Don't really like usually trading silver, guys, but I have been trading silver. I can go down here into indexes because I have all the indexes in here. We can go back over here again, look through and see US oils, another one that's looking good. So if we go into USO, we can see that it's been coming up here. This is interesting, guys. We had a inside bar here, which is a good chance it's going to go down, which it did the next day. But we really haven't got another inside bar along the way here, which is interesting. Very interesting. But we had an inside bar here. And we had a red inside bar here. So strange. Probably wouldn't touch that, guys, because that's just like really hard to read. I was looking, I think, earlier at the XLE was looking good. So I'm showing by my indicators that we're going to target up here. Myself, I'd probably stay. There's this channel that came down here. Just probably just bring this down further. There we go. So with that, I probably only come up to the top part of this channel. And if you want to, something you could do is sell half of your position here and then the other half up here where it's come across the resistance area. And so then with that, you if it decides to go against you, you got half your profit in. XOP is another one with the energy. So this is looking really interesting. The inside bar here. We came up. We retested. Now, if we all of a sudden get another drop to here, and if we get another inside bar here somewhere, I'd probably buy that up to here. That's looking good. I think I saw it on the chart thing the other day. Utilities being good too. Sometimes also too, guys, what I'll do is go through and go just through every single one of these. And look at there. Inside bar, bottom of trend. I may put a buy stop above there and stop as well down here and get this little pullback because right here we have two double tops. So good chances the trend's maybe not going to change, but we at being at the bottom of the channel like this, we may get a nice little pullback and then continue down. XOP, same thing. We had an inside bar here. We should have been above there anyway, but we missed it on that one, so you could probably leave it. By the looks of it, it's going to go sideways here, so we might get another inside bar maybe the other day. So we did XOP. Let's take a look at XLF. Nothing there. XV, another good one, looks good. We've been in an uptrend here. We had a pullback. Now we're going sideways. We get an inside bar. But we put a buy stop above there. And you stop below there. And just let it play itself out. See what the market wants you to do. Like, what's it gonna, tell you? Either the next trading day it's gonna go down here and you're not gonna be put in the market, or it's gonna take off and you can ride the wave. This is what I do. I'll go through every single chart. Another one here, industrials. Another one here, and technology. So this has been kind of a down market, so really be careful with that one. I probably wouldn't touch that just because with the NASDAQ the way it's put. I'll show you something in a second, which I show you guys a lot. All these guys had inside bars. I was noticing on the major index, the trade's almost 24 hours a day. That they all had inside bars. Look at them. I think even the Russell had one. So it's so hard this time of the year, guys. Something you could do with these crazy times is you could put in and do a paper trade on these and just kind of go, look at this is telling me that this should go higher. We're on resistance line. We've tried here, and nowhere's we're breaking lower. So we're building up energy here, and it could take off on us, but it's not. So you could do a paper trade and go, hey, just get the confidence that oh, I was right, and another day when you're doing money, you can feel a little more confident. Just with this time of the year, guys, it's just because I'm saying, like, it's a weird time to trade. Gold is another one. Kind of feel like it's going to go up. I had an actual call on it for the longest time. Or no, not a call. I had a put on it. Sorry, because I saw this double top. I kind of felt like it was going to come down in here. It's kind of just been going sideways, so I left it, and I'll know later on whether I was wrong to get rid of it or not, because I did. Nothing there. Inside bar here again. This one's looking like, let's go out here a little further. We don't have a double top. We have a double bottom. Let's see what the week shows. If you don't see it, guys, in the smaller time frame, go out to the bigger one. See, we got a double bottom on on the weekly. So semiconductors look like they're going to have a good time here and go higher. But we kind of got to break through this area here. That's why I have this here. I'm kind of waiting for this to show me and get up in this area to show me that it's going to go higher. Once that happens, as you can see, this target showing where they think it's going to go. My target itself would be here at the top of this channel. And again, I got to wait kind of here till this kind of shows me that that's where it wants to go. So we can go into here into double top. This looks like it could go short here a little further. This is building up energy, aerospace going sideways. We have double top. I think we're going to go south on that one, but we got to wait for the to tell us again. There. Transportation not giving us anything. This could go south. Get inside bar here. Yeah, we got double top here. It's a good chance this wants to pull down. Inside bar here on the weekly, inside bar here on the daily. Oh, that's the SH. I didn't realize we were on the SH. This is ultra short. This means that, again, this wants the S&P to go higher. Because this is a short. So this goes down, means the actual S&P is going up. That's interesting. It's shown here too. Well, US oil is not giving us anything. EEM, they do have EEM in here. So it's been kind of going sideways. I had it in looking at it as a short, which hasn't given me that position yet. I think I was actually just kind of doing this one as a I don't really like the EEM right this. So I did this trade just on here, not even in dollars, just kind of like see what I'm looking at and see if it actually confirms what I was looking at, just because it's a strange time. SLV, this Australian index, I've been trading these ones a little bit. Australian I haven't traded yet. The next one, the second I'll show you. I have been because these are getting a little bit better. So then it's been a decent little trade. This one, not South Korean, but we got an inside bar here. Couldn't take off for us. This is inside bar too. So guess it could go either way. This is showing us it's going to short. Euro looks like it wants to go higher. So we have a resistance coming through there. This one here, Hong Kong, I have traded this in this wedge, but then I sold it. I made some decent money on it. I've just been waiting on it. Take off. What is this one? Oh, home construction. This looks good too. You get multiple inside bars here, which could be showing strength and ready to come up to the top of this channel again. So I might put a trade on that one actually. Seems to be doing well lately. We got a long, buy here as well. So let's go here to the 4 hour, take a peek at it. Yeah, we got double bottom. Yeah, I might actually do that one for Monday. Um, that's looking quite interesting. So this is what I do, guys. Go in here. I always have this open. So we get the US 500 and NASDAQ. Now this will start trading at about 6, 7 o'clock on Sunday. And then it won't stop till Friday night. So what I like about these trading all night and all day is I can wake up in the morning and look at this and see kind of what the market's telling me it kind of wants to do. And then I have usually a bunch of stocks I'm looking at with that to know whether I want to trade or not. Because if I got more positions I think are going to go long, this is all looking in the red and on the morning of trading, then I won't even bother putting it in. It's just not worth the stress. Then I just go hunting for more stock and look for the guys that are looking good. This is looking like a short. Here's Wall for Netflix. And again, I just write down a whole bunch of stuff and just start flowing through them like this. This looks like he's building up energy. Get inside bar here at the bottom of the channel. This is good chances Octa is going to take off. Won't kind of know until the market opens, especially this time of the year. So this is ready for a pullback. We inside bar, taking off. Looked at Texas Instrument, RH. Look at that, guys. Inside bar here. If you put your stop here, you've been in Moderna and already starting into profit. But this is an uptrend, so you want to keep your stop pretty short because good chances it could do that on you. Bubble's doing the same thing here. It's had multiple bottoms here. Now we have inside bar here, so this is a good chance it could pop too. It's just such a volatile time, guys, that sometimes this time of the year I just paper trade and kind of learn what the market's kind of filling me in on. Then we can kind of just layer on. Take a look at everything. Down inside bar. This could break way lower. The Amazon to the bottom. Maybe I was good buy too. That is flow through stuff. Drop your charts like I got going on here. That way you can kind of figure out what kind of looks good. I had Wells Fargo the other day, guys. I'm gonna take a peek at that one. I got it in banks here. I did have I sold it on it. It was bugging me this stock. So I did sell it the other day. I got a log position on it, but I was just having a gut feeling that it wasn't looking great. So then I just sold it, and thank God I did because it's got a lot further south. Keep an eye on these Visa and MasterCards. I think with a lot of debt coming in with inflation and now Christmas and everything else, these guys can start making some money. So it's just waiting for the right opportunity to get into them. And Morgan Stanley's looking good. Right. Actually, let's go into Crypto. Bitcoin. See what I'm talking about? That's why guys I put in that B2X loan. We haven't ever broke down here any further. We keep going into these long trends sideways. I feel like this is going to take off here eventually. It's just storing up energy and energy and energy and energy and energy and energy, I believe. And then eventually we're going to rock it. That's why I've been buying a little bit of those B2X loans and stuff, or continually, I always continue buying stock all the time, or Bitcoin as well. So I'm just waiting for it, and I got time to wait, so I do that. And then, as you can see, I just got a bunch of things I've wrote in here, put in here. Something I've done here as well is doing US built like all these indexes. Then what I've done is taken all the indexes and then put in here all the companies that are inside that index. So once I find out what the index itself is, a strong index, then all I'll do is come in here sometimes, or what I'll do is let's take out the noise, put in the Fibonacci, go here to week, and then you just start going through them. This is looking like it's in an uptrend. So then we can go in here to day. We're into a bunch of so then we can go into bar charts, look for a inside bar red, and wait till that gives us an inside bar in the green. Or you can go up in here and put a buy stop in, and with your stop below, and see what happens. And I just go through all these guys. I'll go to the weekly a lot of times just because it gives you a better idea of what the market wants it to do. So we got inside bar on the green. Come over here. Inside bar here. You buy Toll Brothers. Looking good that way too. But buy stop right here, and you put your stop loss right there. And then you could either put a half of your take profit here, or we can come over here, half your take profit here. And another one up here outside the. Let's go actually over here to see where this target's. Oh, this is at the next resistance area. So then you can tell half of your up in here and the other half up here. And I might actually buy that. I actually might do that trade on Monday, or on the market opens back up. And we just keep on looking. It's a bar, top of the range. This could go down. And this is every stock that's inside that index. So then you can then trade instead of the index. You trade the index in the sense that you can look at the index and see that it's doing one thing or another, and then you go through the index on the inside with the individual stocks, and you can sometimes get some pretty good profit taking just by hunting them out, making a list. Sometimes I'll go, where is it here? I think in here. Yeah, comment. What was it, guys? Let me get a stock that's actually I can look at here. So say we like this Wesco. Actually, let's go back up here to tolls. Say we like tolls. Then we can go over here to comment. And then we go over here and go. Why does that let me right in here? No, that's not what I want. What's going on here? Why is that not giving me? Not quite sure why. So you guys, that's not letting me make it do this way. So strange. Let's try again. Oh, this is strange. Oh, well, that's not let me do that. Anyway, guys, you can rate your comment and going, oh, looks like it's gonna pull up or take off or um you can rate it in whatever comment you want. You can also just go in here and punch in and go, text, and then just go in here going, looks like. Why is this thing doing this today? I don't understand what's going on here, guys. Normally when you go in here and you hit settings, I'm not sure why my mouse is not letting me do it. Oh, I don't know why it's not letting me do it today, guys. But normally you can just write in notes and text and so on and so forth in there, and it's kind of handy. It's a stock you're looking at, and kind of gives you abilities to uh just plan out some stuff. Same thing I did in XLE. Go through, you see the energy's good, go through all these stocks and find the best, energy companies. And you got head and shoulders here. You should go down, so you just wait for the inside bar to give you that. And you got a slope, so that's looking really good for a downtrend. Just got to wait for it to finish it out. So that's that, my friends. That is that. Again, for this year as well, we want to continually start working on a budget. Make sure you have that going. You want your 3 to 6 months of 3 to 6 months of reserve. Make sure you're working on that as well. Put a bit of savings away. If you feel nervous or whatever, like this time of the year, just start putting a little bit of money in your broker account. You don't have to trade. Just trade in paper trade. You're not going to lose anything. And through that, it's paper trade. So it's kind of fun. You can see, oh, was that right? Was it wrong? Did that actually work or did it not work? I have a paper trading account myself. Sometimes I like to try different theories or different things that I'm kind of seeing that I'm not quite sure on, or I want to try a different strategy of something. And I'll test it. I'll give it a whirl, see if it works. But I'm not using actual dollars, so I'm not going to blow up my account. And I don't want you guys blowing up either. We work too hard for those things. So make sure you're pretty well positive before you jump in on a trade. So with that, guys, I hope again you have a good Christmas. Again, put away some Bitcoin and things like that. That's the one I like the most, and like to just because it has no CEO and everything else. And make sure you never ever. This is the one lessons of all this crap with FTX and all these companies that have been going belly up is don't trust any of these guys. This is your bank. Make sure you treat it like a bank. You wouldn't keep your cash in your wallet, all of your cash. Don't keep it on, one of these exchanges where these guys can just steal it at any second of the day. Make sure you can transfer within seconds to your, off wallet. So make sure as soon as you buy Bitcoin, especially Bitcoin, that's what I work on all the time, guys. Like I say, it's the one I like, it's when I trade. As soon as I buy it, it comes right off that exchange and goes into my wallet that's off the internet, and I own my own private keys on it, and nobody can touch it. And I want you all to do the same thing. Hope we can get together again soon. I'll come up with a bunch of other things and write them down, and then we can go over them on the trade and learn a little bit from each other. And that's what I want to create in this community that you and I and everyone in the group has, where we can sit down, have a cup of coffee in the morning, go over some trades, or in the evening, have a drink and just go over and learn the best way to trade, what's new and exciting in Bitcoin and so on and so forth, and what we then from there can make this next year even a better year than this year in our trading, so that we can really profit from that. And if we aren't using it as their sole income, have one hell of a passive income coming in, guys. A really good book for Christmas, if you want to pick up, is The Wealthy Barber. It's an oldie, but it never grows old. It's one of those books that teaches you about compounding interest. As Barber became very wealthy just off of complete compounding interest, just letting things ride over and over and over and over again, and just growing everything that he had. So with that, I am going to leave you guys. I hope you've gotten lots out of today's lessons. Merry Christmas. Happy New Year. If I'm not talking to you before then, hoping I will be. And if you're not a member, or if you don't subscribe to our channel already, sign up and join the group. We also have a podcast, so if, sometimes I'll post more often on the podcast than the YouTube. So sign up on the podcast as well under True Market Finance. And while you're driving to work in the morning in the commute, or in your day, just you can listen to me, and then go home and practice some stuff and learn some stuff. Or if just if your personal finances, even you're struggling and trying to figure out stuff, guys, you didn't get in debt overnight, you're not going to get out of debt overnight. So just I'm here to try to give you positive energy. Just to keep going, pay off those small balances first on those cards, and that way you'll feel good that you're getting rid of stuff. Because if you try to deal with the big ones and you never seen really the end of things, then you just never feel like you're getting out of it. Where the little guys, you're actually knocking things off, and you'll feel better, and through time you'll just keep you'll get there. You will get there. I'm behind you, and have a great day, guys. I hope you took my advice from the other YouTube channels that you didn't go out and buy like all kinds of gifts, especially if you can't afford them. A lot of times with family, a good dinner and just chatter and good times together are all that we need. We can get all the love we can need from our family, and dinner and being together. While you're at your Christmas parties and dinners today, tell everybody about the channel. Come out and listen to, like I said, the podcasts. You get them on all major podcasts, especially Spotify, YouTube channels. Sign up for it as well, and through time we'll learn to grow our accounts and be rich and debt free. And with that, it gives us a lot of freedom to do whatever we want to do and not feel the pressures of life so much, because we don't owe anyone. And like the Bible says, that God doesn't want us to be a slave to our debtor, to anyone. So if we are a slave to our credit cards, that's not really biblical. We don't want to be a slave to anyone. And we don't want our families to be slave to anyone. So, knock off that stuff, get rid of it, and be blessed. And Merry Christmas, guys, and Happy New Year, and enjoy your day with your family, and have a good one. I'm going to go and enjoy some more dinner with my family, and cheers, my friends. I'll have a drink for you and have a drink for me, and we'll have a super happy time. Anyway, have a good one, guys, and we'll talk to you later.